So, but when this election happened of the president, not the parliamentary elections, of course, the parliamentary elections only reinforced the president's win. I remember a lot of people said that, he might have come in on the sheer euphoria of having a sort of a dynastic kind of a person coming in to begin with. They've never had, and B, it's a leftist, at least in theory, country government. But once the euphoria wears off a little, the country will again have to face issues like the IMF loans, all that kind of stuff, and that's when the real merit of this thing will come through. Is that a right assessment?
I think it is, because it's not just a revolt against the establishment. I mean, a revolt in the sense that a vote against the establishment. The established parties have been decimated. Yeah, I mean, you look at the two main parties, the SLFP and the SLPP in a breakaway, and UNP and SJB, again, a breakaway of the UNP. They have all been decimated in the elections, both at the presidential and the parliamentary elections, where the NPP has won 2/3 majority. So that itself is significant. It's a vote for change. It's a vote for anti-corruption, and it's a vote against the political system as a whole. Now, the JVP or the NPP, being a comparative outsider, though the JVP has been part of the political process for many, many years, and President Dissanayake himself has briefly been a Minister of Agriculture under President Chandrika Kumara. But the fact is that they are new to power, and I think the electorate decided to give them a chance because they represented the Aragalaya, the protest movement 2 years ago, and they represented a force for change. Right. That is most important. Now, as time goes by, realities dawn. The economy is still in a fragile situation. The recovery has been reasonably good, but there's a long way ahead. And the president is very clear that he will have to continue with the IMF program, that bailout, because without that, they would find it very difficult to sort of stay afloat. That would require tough decisions, because he's also one on a plank of ameliorating the conditions of the common man, of the poor people. Right. And to do that, he will have to see how he can balance that with commitments to the IMF that the previous government made. We know how it is in our neighborhood. We've seen Pakistan, for instance, struggling, where we've seen other countries too. So I think it's going to be a huge challenge for the government to deliver on the promise of change and on the promise of an economic recovery.